Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a dreadlock video for you. It's going to be pros and cons of having dreadlocks. I've had my dreads for 5 years now. It's been such a journey to say the least, so I'm excited to share some of that with you guys. And if you have any questions that I don't cover in this video, please leave them down below and I would love to do like a dreadlock Q&A. So just some basics on my dreads. This is what they look like 5 years in. They literally reach my butt, so that's interesting. I have like 50 dreads total. I made my dreads myself, but I've been paying someone the last year or two to maintain them. Let's get started. Alright, so first, something that I personally love about having dreads, which might seem weird, is the dreadhead community. I love just being anywhere, any random place, and seeing another person with dreads and just having that connection of like, you have dreads, I have dreads. I really do feel connected to other beings with dreads, and it's just fun, it's playful, it's like, oh dude, I can understand the type of journey that you might be on. Most usually, you know, it represents a certain level of open-mindedness, because the other thing, in contrast to that I wrote, is that other people might judge you. Family, friends, people at, I don't know, school, work, people random in the street. You most likely will be judged at some point. I mean, just like we all are anyway. Or they might automatically stereotype you and just think that you're a stoner, or that you're lazy, or that your hair's dirty, or that you don't shower, etc, etc. That kind of sucks, but honestly, thankfully, I haven't had to deal with much hate, but it can definitely happen. Something that I think is fun is that you don't need to style your hair, because your dreads are your hairstyle pretty much. However, me having left a tiny bit but still some regular hair right here, I find that I still like, not have to, but I like to style it. So I find that I personally still end up styling it. And over time you realize that you have very limited hairstyles, because the longer they grow, the heavier they are. So if I want to do a bun, my head is gonna hurt. And it's not like you can really straighten the dreads or curl them. I have seen people curl them. I personally don't like it at all. Another thing is that you don't have to spend on hair products like conditioners and all these hairsprays and hair treatments. However, you might end up spending money on maintenance, like tightening up the roots, if you're like me and you get tired of it over the years, so you end up paying someone to do it every couple months. And if you pretty much get tired of them and are over them, like me, and you want to remove them and you want to brush them out, if you decide to pay someone to do it, that would cost you money as well, and it is pretty expensive because it is a lot of work. Another cool thing is that you don't have to get haircuts. So I haven't gotten a haircut in 5 years or more, but a downside to that is that, you know, all the hair that would naturally fall out gets stuck in the dreads, so your hair gets so heavy, and it just pulls my neck so hard that it's getting to the point where it's just not good. Especially if you have naturally thick hair like me. It's so heavy, you guys. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about dreads. I absolutely love my dreads and my journey.
But I am at the end of my journey. I am going to be brushing them out really soon. So maybe that's why I'm kind of in that mood. I don't know.
Stay tuned. Subscribe and like if you want to see that. One thing I love about dreads is the great opportunity that comes to practice patience. Now with that comes having to be really patient, no shit. What I mean by that is like the first year of having them, they don't look like this, and they look really fluffy. Like I have a few that are like less than a year old, like this one. So you can see the difference. I mean, I like how this one looks, but still you can see the difference. You have to wait a long time to get them to look how you always imagined them to look. People ask me all the time and are surprised all the time when I tell them that I'm brushing out my dreads. You can brush out dreads. You don't have to shave your head. Yes, shaving your head would be the most easy, time efficient, inexpensive, quick thing to do. But if you're like me and you just refuse to shave your head, you can brush them out. That's one of the reasons why it's so important to not put a whole bunch of on your dreads, like unnecessary products. Besides washing them, you really don't need to put any wax or any, I've heard people putting like weird blue soap and beer and all these crazy things. You don't need to do that. You're just going to rotten your hair and it's going to be harder to brush it out. So now, while it is possible to brush them out, they are really such a commitment. The longer you wait to brush them out, the more they will mature, and the longer it's gonna take and the more painful it's gonna be to brush them out. That's why I haven't done it yet. I just know it's gonna take forever. A lot of people ask how I wash my hair, if I wash my hair. Yes, I wash my hair as regularly as I used to when I didn't have dreads, and it's totally fine. However, it is a pain because it used to not really be, because my dreads were like to my shoulders when I first started them 5 years ago, but now they are so heavy, so whenever they're wet, they are sponges, so they literally get, I would say, over 3 times the weight that they already are, which is pretty heavy, and it just hurts on my neck and my scalp. And also drying them takes forever. I have to use a hair dryer to dry my hair. I also do want to mention that they can get really uncomfortable. If you live in hot weather like me, where it's very humid, oh lord, those hot days, you just want to have your hair in a bun. You just don't want to have your hair. It's so funny that whenever I lay down, I can't just like lay down because then I'm like pulling on my hair, so I have to go like this. And also when I'm with my boyfriend, it's so funny. It's just a thing we have to do. We have to move my hair as if it was a whole being. It really is a whole being. Look at all this. Look at all this. It's like another head. I'm loving this hairstyle. Like, what? A couple months ago, I went to the most beautiful beach I've ever been to with my boyfriend, and I decided, I'm just going to enjoy myself. I'm just gonna lay my head on the sand, on the wet sand, and just, I'll deal with it later. So yeah, I pretty much had to like shake the sand out of my hair for days and days and days, and it was just so annoying because every time I would lay on a pillow, it would get full of sand. But yeah, regardless of that, I still love them. I don't regret having them. I always wanted dreads since I was pretty young, and I started seeing people with dreads online, and then I saw more people in person, and I just always loved the style, and I wanted to try it for myself, and I'm so happy that I committed to it for these 5 years. It's been so fun. I love connecting with people, but I'm also ready to change. I've always had like these orange dreads, and most people in my life, everyone knows me this way. I'm so excited. I used to be intimidated at the thought of changing my hair, but now I can't even wait. But I've got a long journey to go still to brush these babies out. I'm excited to share that with you. It's going to be quite interesting. Again, let me know if you have any other questions about dreads and my dread journey in these years, and leave them down in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, and thank you so much for watching this video. I love you all.